is that in the basic ground? Is it there, right? That section? I'm correct?
Yes, you're right.
Okay. So now we finish the different levels preliminary practice. Then we finish Guru Yadam Deity, Guru Yoga. So this is the Mahamudra section. And the Mahamudra section, so here, what the above line illustrates is that in the basic ground, the innately pure Buddha nature is always present in sentient beings. So now here is a main point is talking about we all sentient beings is a Buddha nature. Actually already last the before teaching, follow the before teaching, and all sentient beings is a Buddha nature. That's provide everyone. And like the sun, this is an example. And the like the sun and its rest, it is already imbued with all the innate qualities of purity and fruition. So here is the main point is like sentient beings. And right now, actually, we have all these Buddha's qualities, but we don't recognize that. The reason is obscurations. The example is the sun has already like radiates, radiance, heat, everything qualities, even the thick clouds covered. Sun has all these qualities. So same thing, all sentient beings, we have a Buddha nature, but we didn't recognize that. So that's the reason here say, this nature is like ground means when we are in the sentient beings, basic ground means the innately pure Buddha nature is always present, always there in sentient beings. So we always have that nature, and like the sun and its rest, it is already imbued with all the inner quality of purity and fruition. This already perfect state has always already been innately present in all beings spontaneously. So this nature is being all the time we have. 24 hours we have, all the time we have this nature. So not only when you meditate, you think I have the nature. If you think when you are deluded, you think you don't have this nature, not like that. You are meditated Mahamudra or you are deluded, whatever comes, you have this nature. All the time you have this nature. And the fruition. This already perfect state has always already been innately present in all beings spontaneously. Spontaneously means all the time we have this nature. Yeah? Everyone focus or no? I can see two people, they're not focusing. Okay, so no, even though temporary advantage to us, obscurations can never define or injure the innate nature of mind. So this is the talking about the mind is like same as Vajra. So Vajra is representative with that reason. Vajra representative is mind nature. The reason is even though temporary advantageous obscurations can never define or injure the mind nature, the innate nature of mind. So the main point is we are in samsara. We have all these samsaric obscurations, but our nature is never lost, never changed, not injured any of these samsaric obscurations, which is which is the very essence of Buddhahood. So that is Buddhahood. Just as close key view the direct view of the sun is rays, advantageous obscurations view the direct view of the Dharmakaya. So obscuration just usually covered our mind nature, nature of mind. So the obscurations cannot remove the nature of mind. So this nature of mind is always there if we recognize our mind nature. So this is an example, you know, this cloud can view the direct view of the sun rays. Same like that. So advantageous obscurations view the direct view of the Dharmakaya, our nature mind, of its innately perfect qualities of purity and fruition. So the quality is always there, even we are regular beings. Actually, the nature quality is always there. Doesn't matter we are regular beings or Bodhisattva, Buddha. So all the time this nature innate is there. Nothing changed. Okay, so now is the page 63. On the path, so we have this nature, then what we have to do? Ground, we have this nature. So then that's the reason on the path, through the two accumulations, we can clear away the obscuration and directly actualize the state of Buddhahood in view with the true practice in it and realize. So in the ground, we have this nature. If we don't have this nature in the ground, then path, whatever we do, is useless. So in the ground, we have a Buddha nature. That's the reason on the path, we can do hardship through practice. And whatever we do, purify our obscurations, it's become always useful. The reason has we have a Buddha nature in the ground. Okay, so path, we practice Dharma is no useless because we have a Buddha nature on the ground. If we don't have a Buddha nature on the path, whatever we do is useless. Make sense or no? Okay, so we have a Buddha nature. That's the reason on the path, practice is useful. The practice is we have to create two accumulations. So accumulation merit with wisdom. So accumulation merit is generosity and morality. Passion is accumulation merit. Meditation, wisdom is accumulation with wisdom. That's why I call two accumulations. And then joyful efforts both. Actually, practice 6 perfections, they have 2 accumulations. 6 parameters has 2 accumulations. And this Google form say, what are you talking about? Listening, this one. What is it called? The name is my phone. Listening what I'm saying.
Siri,
right?
Siri say, what are you talking about?
well,
I told her I'm talking about Buddha nature. Yeah.
She wants to join in.
Yeah, also Siri also has Buddha nature too. So now obscuration, she can clear away the obscuration and directly actualize the state of Buddhahood and view with the true practice. in it and realized. When mind is let go, relax in its natural state. So now how to recognize that natural mind. So first we have to, when mind is let go, means let go all the thoughts. Let go all the emotions first. Otherwise you cannot see that nature. Okay, so we have to let go. Relax. The mind is like kind of too much grasping or fixation, agitate, not possible to see the nature. So that's the reason relax in its natural state. When you relax, body also need to relax, mind also need to relax. Then you can see the nature. Look directly into the essence of mind itself. Means no any thoughts, no emotion, mind become relaxed, your body is relaxed. Then naturally that time look into your mind, you can see your natural mind. Okay? Essence of mind itself. So then this open means mind is open, vivid, not just only empty nothingness, it's vivid. Open is like same as space, it's empty, vivid is clarity, and inseparable emptiness, the clarity inseparable. So then that is present, always there. The present awareness. Clear and without thought. So no any thoughts. Long as we have thoughts, then not present. Long as you have thoughts, no awareness clearly there. That's the reason the without thoughts. Thoughts is obscuration, seeing our natural mind. So that's the reason here just say first important is let go thoughts. Thoughts is go away, and then you can relax your body, you relax your mind, look into your natural essence. Then that time you can see your nature itself. So that's natural mind is empty, empty is clear, is clarity, emptiness, inseparable. Then that is present. So when you meditate, you just can see it's present. With awareness, clear and without thought. As you are resting in this nature, if you are staying meditating this nature, whatever thoughts surface, look directly into the essence of the thought. So this is the Mahamudra meditation, different than shamatha. So when we meditate, when thought comes, we have to look directly into the essence of the thought. So we have to look into the thought. Shamatha not look into the thought. Shamatha just cut through the thought. Let go thought. So this is the Mahamudra. That's the reason we have to look directly into the essence of the thought. So that's the reason here says relax in its natural state. This relaxing natural state. Shamatha is not really relaxed natural state. Shamatha needs a little bit tight up. You know, if true shamatha say if too relaxed, then thoughts comes. So thoughts take away you from meditation state. And this is Mahamudra's more higher level practitioners. That's the reason even thought comes, recognize and can look into the thought. You see that thought is emptiness. See, that's the reason he said directly into the essence of the thought. You can look to the thought. You see that thought is not inherently permanently exist there. So that time you are liberating thoughts, like transforming thoughts. Thought is transformed through the Dharmakaya, nature. If we don't recognize thought, then thought is emotion, bring the emotion, cause of emotion. So now this one is a thought is a cause of Dharmakaya. Thought is a cause of wisdom. It's totally different. So thought is a cause of emotion, causes of suffering, or thought is a causes of wisdom, and the Dharmakaya, or is a dependent individual level. Yeah, that's the reason here. Low to thought means like really high level practitioner, not just basic level practitioners. Regulars have to let go thoughts, recognize, let go. So you can watch thoughts. Low thought means very high level. So then that time, the thought is a cause of wisdom. So that's why here is a look directly into the essence of the thought. Meditate as before and gain conviction. These very thoughts that are unceasing are nakedly present, clarity, emptiness. See, meditate. When you meditate, see, I say, always here, meditate as before and gain conviction. So these very thoughts that are unceasing, are nakedly present. Clarity, emptiness. So when you are meditate, then that's a thought is all into the nature's state, or it can say into the Dharmakaya. So it's you cannot really find the thoughts. How come this? You're saying this one is, I think it's connected to the phone, not connected to the iPad. Can you hear or no? Okay, 1 minute, sorry.
Yeah, we can hear okay. Now you just disappeared.
No, I'm going to, yeah, it's this, my airbase is, one minute. So now it's connecting with this one. Better or no?
Sounds the same to me.
Same is the same or a little bit better or same?
Same?
Okay. So now, okay, so here's the consider as before and again conviction, these very thoughts that are unceasing are nakedly present, clarity, emptiness. Consider, for example, the waves that rise and fall on the surface of the ocean. They are the ocean. See this example, last one is. So the wave that rise far on the surface of the ocean, this come from the ocean. The waves come from ocean. They are the ocean. So they are dissolved into the ocean. Same is like meditate as before and gain conviction. These very thoughts that are unceasing are nakedly present, clarity, and go to the emptiness nature. So they are not external object. So example is the same, is like this wave is going back into the ocean. So when this wave is going back into the ocean and the waves are inseparable. It's the same, no different. There are no ocean waves apart from the ocean. There's no ocean outside of or apart from the waves. It is just like that. And negative thoughts does not need to be rejected or read from your mind. See, that time when you meditate Mahamudra, whatever negative thoughts comes, you don't need to reject it. So that's this section I share many times. No rejection, no accepting. See, negative thoughts does not need to reject. So whatever negative thoughts comes, we have to recognize, look into this negative thoughts. Then that negative thought is not really exist inherently there. So it is emptiness. So recognize that is all negative thoughts naturally release into the emptiness nature. That means negative thought is transformed to the wisdom. Reject or read from your mind. You need not try to find some wisdom to contract the negative thoughts. So we don't have to find any other solution for this negative thoughts. Yeah. So this means like when you meditate in Mahamudra, during that time, so we don't have to reject the negative thoughts. No need to get rid of negative thoughts. We don't need to find any other solutions during in the meditation. Usually we are not in meditating, so we know, or we have negative thoughts. We have to reject. We have to get rid of negative thoughts. It's totally different time, you know. And then, of course, when we have negative thoughts, we have to find some solution, positive solution. Generally, this is talking about the when we are in the meditation state. During that time, if you try to reject negative thoughts, becomes agitation. Okay, you accept negative thoughts, you lose your meditation. It's become not meditating Mahamudra, you are cultivating emotion. Right? In the meditation state, we cannot find any other solution to how to get rid of negative thoughts. Just main point is recognize and look to that. We have to see that clearly. And then that time, whatever is holding you down, if you realize this, so we have to recognize. If you realize this extraordinary path, so recognize, look into this, whatever comes, negative thoughts, emotions, look into that, and then that is naturally emptiness. So that is the extraordinary path, in which simply recognize whatever arises in others, it to naturally release on its own. So naturally release its own means we don't have to find any other solution. See, here talking about more important maintaining the meditation. First one says recognize. We have to recognize thoughts, emotions, whatever comes, we have to recognize. That is the first. Second one is here says, see, it is naturally released on its own. No find other solution. Just see, and naturally they're going to resolve to release their own. You see the first, you see that you have a thoughts, emotions, recognize, and you look into that, then that emotion and the thought naturally release. We don't have to find a solution for that. So that's why it's called the extraordinary path. A very high level path means it's easy to, this path is share with you, but very hard to meditate. When you meditate, you have thoughts first, you don't recognize. Second, even you recognize, you just let it go away or just go back to meditate. You really cannot like liberating, like see this way. And it's naturally released on its own, it's harder. Not easy. This means like you look into the emotion, emotion itself is emptiness, recognize that, then it's into naturally release on its own nature. Then you will become a Buddha in one lifetime. If we meditate like that way, one lifetime we can become Buddha. See, this all the emotions, thoughts are causes of Dharmakaya. So then one day we have how many thoughts we have? Maybe 1,000 thoughts one day. So one day you have 1,000 thoughts. It's all is released into the natural state. It means like you have 1,000 causes of Dharmakaya. So that's why then when we have that level of practice, it's easy to one lifetime is become Buddha. So no example, one day we have 1,000 thoughts. It's all is causes of samsara, causes of emotion. So this kind of level practitioners, thoughts is become causes of wisdom, not the emotion, causes of suffering. Then you will become a Buddha in one lifetime. If strong desire, emotion arises, then how to do this practice? So this one is giving information. If strong desire, emotion arises, do not follow after it or get lost in it. So can be lost meditators because the reason is that meditators, this emotion comes, they don't recognize. So first you recognize, you're not going to lost in it. Instead, then secondly, look directly into the essence of that desire and rest your mind there without wavering. So you see, look directly into the thoughts or emotion, whatever you have. Here is the main point is talking about the desire, emotion arise, right? So first we have to recognize we have this emotion. Then look directly into the essence of that desire and then rest your mind. Look to the emotion, rest our mind. Rest your mind there without wavering. So then without any wavering, creating, thoughts. Then when desire arises, it is rootless. So you look in directly to that essence of the desire, then you can see. Your mind become relaxed, then you can see this desire arises, it is rootless and groundless. That means like the emotions are not permanently exist. This emotion is temporary. See, that's the reason desire is rootless and groundless. This is known as not rejecting desire. So no, you don't have to reject desire, but rather as desire purify into us, into its own nature. See, desire is purified into its own nature. Desire liberate in its own ground. That itself is a discriminating wisdom. So this is the example, desire is transformed to the wisdom is called discriminating wisdom. Anger is transformed to the wisdom is called mirror-like wisdom. So that's why the 5 emotions associated with 5 wisdoms, 5 different wisdoms. This 5 emotion is associated with 5 different wisdoms. So that itself is Buddha Amitabha. So then see this wisdom also associated with each Buddha. So no desire is associated, like desire is like you, whatever we say is like that way, you recognize desire is rootless, groundless, not exist, then naturally release on nature, become is our wisdom comes, that wisdom is discriminating wisdom. So that time is we are become Buddha, we are like form is Buddha Amitabha. That itself is Buddha Amitabha. So same like that, so 5 other Buddhas also associated with exactly follow like this way. Anger comes, anger, you log to the anger, it's rootless and groundless. And also then this you know anger is not rejecting, you know, anger is purified into own nature, become we liberate into own nature grown. So that itself is called mirror-like wisdom. Then that itself is called Buddha Vajrasattva. So like that, you know, we have to follow by these 5 Buddhas associated. These 5 emotions and 5 wisdom, 5 Buddhas. Then you really understand what means 5 Buddhas, what means 5 wisdoms. So usually we follow by 5 wisdom is external, and also 5 Buddhas we follow the external level. So this is talking about internal absolute truth, not talking about outer level 5 Buddhas. In the same way, as the arising of the 5 emotion poisons do not follow after or indulge in them, but look into their essence and rest there. By doing so, the emotions and the thoughts are pure in their own ground. See, this is all is pure on their own ground. Are naturally free in their own nature. They arise, but they are rootless. These are the 5 wisdoms. These are the 5 Buddhas. So that's the essence of the Mahamudra teaching. So that section is. So now we know how to meditate. So we release thoughts, log into our mind. So we stay in that nature. Then the nature is open, vivid, clear, present, with awareness. So there's all the qualities together. So that whole thing is called Buddha nature. Then when you are in there, thought comes, no rejecting, no accepting, recognize thoughts. Then after log into the thoughts, we recognize thoughts, we don't need to find a solution rejecting. Just log into the thoughts. The thought is rootless, groundless, and it's become naturally released into the natural state. So then that is time is a thought is a cause of Dharmakaya. Thought is a cause of wisdom. So that's the same like that. 5 desire comes. Each desire followed by these 5 wisdoms. Then when we have this, each wisdom is associated with 5 Buddhas. So that means like when we have that kind of realize, so we are Buddha. We can be 5 Buddha, either one. So we have a strong desire, purified desire. Is we have become Buddha Amitabha. We have anger, purified anger. Is we have become Buddha Vajrasattva. So like that, we follow by this all these 5 Buddhas associated. Okay, so now is whatever thoughts or emotions arise, then what we have to log directly into the essence and rest there. When you do this, then thoughts or emotions naturally self-release, for they have no intrinsic awareness. This practice is from the oral instructions for taking the 5 poisons into the path. This practice should be understood and sustained. So we have to know this teaching, and also we have to maintain and meditate this section. So not only enough that you will know this teaching, we have to meditate, practice. So now is the last section. We finish preliminary practice. Preliminary practice has 3 different levels. Common preliminary practice is 4 thought meditation. Uncommon preliminary practice is Vajrayana teaching, usually 100,000 refuge, 100,000 post stations, 100,000 1,000 times mandala offering, 100,000 times Vajrasattva, 100,000 times the Guru Yoga. So these 5 things, you know, 100,000 times is 500,000 times each altogether. So that is uncommon preliminary practice. Then in special preliminary practices required for this Mahamudra is love, compassion, bodhicitta. So that is the first part, 5-part Mahamudra. So then second part has 3 main points, 3. Yadam Deity, Guru Yoga, Mahamudra. So that is the main practice, 3 main practice. Then last one is conclusion, is dedication. So now we are in dedication. The conclusion of the dedication, finally we come to the conclusion of the 4th part, which consists of sailing through a dedication made with the 3 spheres in the complete purity, as it is said. So now this is called dedication. Dedication is a consists of sailing through a dedication, means like whatever we did this practice. So that is become practice, dharma, virtuous deeds, or it's become sailing through a dedication. Consists of sailing through a dedication made with the 3 spheres in the complete purity. So 3 spheres is a little bit harder. If we know this Mahamudra level, then 3 spheres is not that hard. The Mahamudra is actually non-dualistic. See, when we dedication also non-dualistic, then it's called 3 spheres. So that's the reason he says, through a dedication made with the 3 spheres in the complete purity, as it is said. 3 spheres is no subject, no object, no action. So recognize this all is emptiness, is non-dual. Non-dualistic dedication is called the highest level dedication. So now Jigten Sumgon this is the root text. If the wish fulfilling gem of the 2 accumulations is not polished by aspirations, dedication, the results we have hoped for will not arise. So if we not do dedications, then could be the result could be exhaust. You know, that's the reason we have to dedication. Attained ordinary, therefore, to this final dedication, and offer all these roots of virtue, embody the wish fulfilling giver, the cause of the accumulation of merit and wisdom. Okay, so that's the root text. So followed by this is like example. So if the wish fulfilling gem is like, we practice the dharma is the same as wish fulfilling gem of the 2 accumulations. So it's not polished by aspiration, means if we have wish fulfilling gem, we have to polish. So that polish is the same as the aspiration, dedication. If we don't do dedication, then this wish fulfilling giver could not be attained, could not be desires, feared. So that's the reason attain ordinary, therefore, to this final dedication and offer all these roots of virtue, embody the wish fulfilling giver, the cause of the accumulation of merit and wisdom. When we engage in the dedication stage, we do this from within a state that is devoid. So this is a more explanation. The root text has a commentary for each word by explaining. So now it's going to explain root text. When we engage in the dedication stage, we do this from within a state that is devoid of conceiving of the three spheres, and we think so that where every sentient being, unceasing and limitless in number, may be reached the state of enlightenment. I make this dedication in this way. We should establish our practice of dedication and take on the embodiment of the wish-fulfilling giver that through aspiration robes to a shining policy. It is through sailing with a dedication in this way that we bring about the fruition of accomplishing both the temporary and ultimate purpose of others and ourselves. This pure dedication at the end is the wish-fulfilling gem through which all needs and desire are accomplished. So that is the part of the explain for the root text. It's hard to I can explain, but I know you easy to understand these words. Not that hard to understand, but hard to explain. Right? When I read, like you read this yourself, is understand, right? Clearly, not that hard. Just because followed by this root text and explain. It's just very easy. Aspiration is just same as like we clean up doing things. Like wish fulfilling giver is the same as the accumulation, marry. Then polish for the wish fulfilling giver, same as the dedication. If we don't do that, then cannot be, completion. Cannot be get the result, Buddhahood. So that's the reason we need dedication. This pure dedication is the end, is the wish fulfilling gem through which all needs and desire are accomplished. If we don't do, then this which all needs and desires cannot be accomplished. So that's the root text explained. All the virtues possessed and accumulated in the samsara and the nirvana are dedicated. So no more explain here. This being so, here the intent is that all virtues, all that are contemplated, and all that are uncertain of all the Buddhas of the Tritam, all Bodhisattvas, Shavaka, noble ones, Pakshika Buddhas, and the entire measure of all virtues of all ordinary beings are all to be gathered together into mandala of one's mind. So now we're going to dedication is like our past, our virtuous deeds, future virtuous deeds, present virtuous deeds, just all is mentally doing, This dedication is like, you don't have thinking about something physical form there in front of you. So just mentally think whatever we did good things, previous life or in the past. We have to think about what I'm going to do future good things in the present this time. Or it's bring to our mind. Yeah. So then all the past Buddha, future Buddha, present Buddhas did good deeds. Also we can do dedication together. Then Bodhisattvas and the Pakshika Buddhas, all these special masters. Then also, so Bodhisattva, Pakshika, noble ones, and the entire measure of all virtues of all ordinary beings are all to be gathered together into mandala of one's mind. And taking all of those virtues in one's own mind, stream, and those of all others without exception, dedicate them for the attainment of precious unsurpassable enlightenment. So this all just mentality dedication. First, we have to all this virtuous deeds is bring to our mind, past, future, present. What we did and Buddha or other beings or good things bring to our heart, mind, and then dedicate, share for all other beings. So that all collections of errors and faults are completely purified, and the treasure trove, right? Treasure trove of all
Trove.
happiness,
Trove.
trove of all happiness and good qualities become manifest as it is taught. This Dharma is extremely important. And by this virtue, which is us, what us the completely pure snow mountains. So actually we finish all the teachings. This is a part of one prayer book. Jigten has the dedication. So usually this part is all just read together, and then when we do the prayers, practicing time is usually these prayers very popular in the prayer books. The reading together. So that's why here is and by this virtue, which is as white as the complete pure snow mountains, and which comes from heaven, writing down the words of. So now I'm going to read this one. You close your eye and mentally, the study and practice this teaching like couple of months, and then whatever previous time we did, and this life and the future life, all good deeds, bring to our mind. And also we think about the past Buddha, future Buddha, and the present Buddhas did good deeds, and all the Bodhisattvas, all regular beings, past, present, future, all 3 times good deeds, bring to our mind and the mental dedication. So you have to use your mind and dedication. I'm going to read this for you. And by this virtue, which is us, what us, the completely pure snow mountain, and which comes from heaven, writing down the words of the extraordinary special Dharma, arising from the enlightened mind stream of the Dharma Lama, who is a father, made the teachings of Rinchen par Jigten Sumgon separate in the 10 directions. And by this power, may the mind streams of the sentient beings of the world become completely free from all of the accumulated ignorance and delusion abiding in the mind streams from beginningless time, and may all the paths and the premises be perfected, and the omniscient Buddha bodies and all wisdoms without exception be attained. This is the aspiration. So this is the last section is the dedication, is coming to the dedication. Coming to the dedication is virtue and the dedication by the cause of whatever later virtue I have previously accumulated, and by the empowering condition of the humble merit arising from these efforts. I pray this commentary on the 5-fold part Mahamudra of Jigten Sumgon, who is the crown ornament of the Kagyu practice lineage, becomes the unceasing cause for limitless wayfarers to enter into the sphere of complete enlightenment. Accepting passages from within some of my previously writing commentaries, such as the stage of meditation, awakening the mind, and others, I have extracted all the substantive material that completely contain the meaning of the 5 parts of Mahamudra, and have composed and printed this commentary with the intent to benefit those with a sincere desire to strive in the practice of Dharma. So now we finish the whole thing. And this book is composed, actually I collect from the stage of meditation book. And we have a essence of Mahamudra. So actually in this, that two books has all this, everything. So I take this, collect from these two, and then put with root text together. So that's the reason this book is a very simple way to finish, no any cost. No need translation cost. Okay, so it's the whole thing is finished. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Khenpo.
So I want to actually meditate when in the Mahamudra section, then just somewhere we already finished, gone. It's okay. So our homework is a meditation Mahamudra. Read that section again and close eye meditate when you get time. Okay?
Okay.
I just get home. I went to DC and to teach the Tibetan office. So just get home before 10. I'm tired.
Thank you.
Thank you for your effort.
But my effort tired is not useless, I think. if the telopa is truth, and my tire is not useless.
Thank you.
It's not useless. It's very helpful.
It is
Telopa
very
told Naropa, your hardship is not useless. He said useful. So other worldly activity is useless. He told Telopa told Naropa, this all worldly activities, sentient beings, effort is useless. But you did everything is not useless. It's all useful. So I hope I'm tired is not useless. It's hopefully useful, and I can dedicate. Make sense? So also your tires also not useless. Okay, I can see you all are tired, but you are all tired is not useless or is useful tonight.
We're useful,
So
tired people.
Yeah, useful tired. Useful tired is dedication to benefit all other beings. Causes of Buddhahood. Okay. Thank you, Tashidele, everyone. See you in Florida, Maryland.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.